Warning, the following program contains strong Black First opinion about mature and strong subject matter that affects Black America and the diaspora as a whole. Listen at your own risk, you sissy.
Grand Rising all, you are listening to the one and only Be One or None. Good morning from Africatown, Los Angeles. Grand Rising, everyone. Grand Rising. We are in the house. And of course, we had to get on here and talk about the controversial video with Obama. So give me one moment. One moment. Let's see if I can get my audio together. So, how are y'all feeling out there?
We good.
How are y'all feeling?
We good. Let's talk about
Are
it.
y'all upset about the video?
Well, I didn't see the video. I just saw the picture.
Okay, you did?
Pay attention to them.
Yes, I didn't ever see the video, but I saw the picture.
We're going to play the video. I did not know until one of my followers on my video told me it was a video. I thought it was a post that he reposted. Now, I am not taking up for Trump, you got to see the video. And I don't think when Trump reposted it, I don't know if he reposted it because of what he saw with Obama. He claims that a White House staff did it. Now, you know that we are at war right now with all of them. So, I mean, Trump is bold, but was he this bold? But it's a video. I thought it was just a picture. It's an actual video. No. So we got the copyright disclaimer right here. This is for educational purposes. This is the only reason I'm showing you this. And I'm getting ready to show the video. And give me 1 second. I'm hoping it'll play. And I want y'all to see, like I said, I did not know it was a video, but this is it right here. Now, can y'all see that?
Mommy, a jersey.
Can y'all hear me?
Mommy, a jersey.
Yes, we can hear and see.
Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. I want y'all to know this is a video, and I'm going to show y'all that it was more than Obama in there. So Democrats are really losing, and I think it's a setup for Trump because Trump is actually in the video. He's the lion, and I think Trump is just an idiot.
Sleeps tonight in the jungle. Sleeps tonight.
They got Trump in the line. They got Whoopi Goldberg and Richard Pryor, all of them in the video.
What was that supposed to mean?
Interesting.
Okay. Did y'all see the video? That's why, look, They had Trump. I think Trump saw himself as a lion. I think someone set him up because he was the lion. I didn't see it. And then everybody was an animal. And whoever set Trump up, they know that he's arrogant. They knew he was going to repost it. And I don't know if he's seen the Obamas as a monkey, because if you see at the end, you did not see the Obamas. You saw Trump surrounded by all the Democrats. Whoopi Goldberg is in there. My thing is, so I don't know. He claimed that he did not posted. He said a staff member did it. What y'all think?
Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, they probably, yeah. I'm pretty sure they did a mix of
Y'all did?
Yeah, I think they kind of set them up. You know what I'm saying? But yes, but at the same time is having Obama them as monkeys. Like, you would have him and You said what now?
This is all that's going around the video. I mean, technology.
Yeah, exactly.
Do your thing.
Yeah.
And like I said, if y'all want to see it, I'm not going to play. You could see it. Go back to the beginning, but
yeah, keep like it was stopping. It's like it was stopping. What was that?
Somebody just slapped Trump. It was just his turkey slapping his little white boy.
Oh, okay, what the hell? Okay.
Oh. Because I mean, Trump played right into who set up the video. I think he was doing it. I think he reposted, and I'm gonna play it again. Well, I'm gonna share this. Hold on, I'm gonna share this. I think that, and I'm not saying I keep going in and out. They want to set Trump up. Everything that he do. I'm not saying he's not a racist. I just want us to stop thinking like little children and look at the games that
going out.
Are playing with us because of the vote.
She keep going out.
I think Trump seen this part of it.
Yeah. You keep going out.
Am I going out?
Yeah, like you keep going out. You're talking to me. Going out. Can y'all here? Yeah, it's like you
I heard her.
Can y'all hear me?
Okay.
You were straight.
Okay.
Okay. Right,
okay.
Try it out.
Stop banging. Okay. Now, do you see this part of the video?
Yeah, man, but he like a lion. It's probably like Lion King, right? It's probably like the Lion King, right?
Yes. And then like he might. I believe he might have reposted Twitter. Trump is a social media president, and I think that he's seen this part of himself. And when he reposted it, you got what you got.
Yeah.
And he just got played for the stupid thing. Do you see this?
Yeah.
You see? But
yep.
The video that when you play it, it goes from there. And I'm going to play the rest of the video again. Hold on. Let's see if it'll play. It won't. My computer is acting up. But you can replay it.
Yeah.
But he asked for, I think he's embarrassed and stuff now. I mean, it is what it is. And my thing to all of it, like I told someone, Trump is no racist than the rest of Congress. You have open racism. I'm gonna go to the comments, sorry. And you got quiet racism.
Exactly. We got people already in here.
Yeah, somebody read the comment. True. Why let it bother you? He may have meant what we think. It don't matter. We know what I don't understand is how come black people, how come we keep getting every year, every moment? I know my voice audio is going in and out. It gotta be.
Yeah, it sounded better.
How come we keep letting these people play us every minute and every moment? We know how these people feel about it. We know how these people feel about it. We know that they're every president besides Obama and maybe JFK was racist.
Yeah. Yeah. People just let it get under their skin. I'm like, man, look, I mean, yeah, so a lot of Democrats, they just waiting for something like this so they can just say, oh, we got ammunition now. You know what I'm saying? But it's not gonna change. It's not gonna change anything. People need to. If you let words get to you, man,
It's
you
not going to change that he's. Shout out family in the chat.
Peace.
It's not going to change that he's president. It's not going to change that he's president, and it's not going to change anything. It's like y'all are waiting for the aha moment to say, "See, we told you Trump was racist." We already know he's a white man, a rich one at that.
And people got to realize it.
Keep playing this game. Y'all love Biden. Yeah, y'all love Biden, but let me give you some of the Biden quotes. Here we go. Biden said, quote, in 1997, Biden said he did not want his children to grow up in a jungle, a racial jungle. In the context of opposing mandatory busing for school desegregation. Indian accent remark. While speaking to an American Indian campaign volunteer, Biden was reported saying you cannot go to a 7-Eleven or Dunkin' Donuts unless you have a slight Indian accent.
Damn.
But y'all love Biden. Y'all love Biden. He wrote the 1991 crime bill. Y'all keep saying he didn't write it. AI said he wrote it.
Yeah.
We dealing with mass incarceration. Biden said you ain't black if you don't vote.
Oh man, that was it right there. He said that. I'm like, man, y'all some fools. A lot of black people, somebody didn't feel offended. I said, y'all damn fools. I said, how I knew the Democrats got y'all black asses. The man said, and said,
they commented that Biden. Yes, they said Biden suggested that in a contrast to black community, the Latino community is incredibly diverse with varied attitudes on different issues. He later clarified on Twitter saying he did not mean to imply the African community is monolith. He basically was saying that the African black community, that the Latino community was better than us. That was back in 2020. Then you had him turn around and say that America is doomed. They're doomed. Not because of the black, because we got to lean on the Latino.
Yeah.
But y'all love Biden. Y'all like quiet racism. Y'all like racism that don't hit you in the face like this type of racism. See, that racism to deal with because it's in your face. Y'all like this type of racism where it's quiet. Y'all like quiet racism that you don't have to remember because it's not in your face. And when it's in your face, you can deny it. They all racist. Then I thought I pulled my other quote up here, but he also said that the reason that the black community was failing, let me pull up my quote, is because black parents can't read. This is your president Biden that y'all love.
Damn, I never heard that one.
Yes, you can go on Twitter, you can go on YouTube and look at interviews of black people saying Biden was a good president. So if you're going to ignore all the other racist people, then you might as well ignore Trump. Because Trump put Obama them on a monkey, but Biden put your people and your loved ones in jail, in prison. He said a piece of crack the size of a quarter was meant for life. And he made sure that crack was higher than marijuana.
100%.
Clem was president. You shopping. Clem was president, so both of them were pushing that whole crime bill. They keep saying, he didn't make it. Yeah. You chopping, you're the Matrix, You're the Matrix. You're the Matrix bad.
That picture don't affect you. What did you say, Queen Lynn?
I said he was in the Matrix, but you're all right now. I can hear you now.
Can y'all hear me?
Still kind of in the Matrix a little bit.
It sounded clear to me.
It probably just me. I just let her around. I just hit pieces. Y'all can hear me, right?
Loud and clear.
Okay. But like I said, until she get back home. Like I said, they people this.
In 1991,
y'all still can hear us?
Act S 122 Control Act of 1991. This bill was in the Senate in June 1991, aimed at my game.
You sound chopped. I ain't saying anything, but
Can y'all hear me,
sound a little chopped.
Queen?
We can hear you briefly, then you start talking.
In
Yeah, start talking.
1994, all the Biden crime bill included the 3 strikes.
Still going out.
I think you are in and out the matrix.
You sound like the Matrix too.
But he wrote the crime bill in 1991. It went in effect in 1994, known as the 3 strikes. But y'all like quiet racism. Y'all like the racism. You can't like the racists that harm you in your community that you don't know about because you normalize in the unjust. That's what y'all like.
Yeah.
And can you hear me, my games, or you still driving?
I can hear you. It's just coming in and out a little bit. But Lynn, y'all hear? Kathy, y'all hear?
One in the.
Both of y'all are going in and out.
I hear you in and out.
Probably have to start doing TikTok because it's I don't know what's going on.
Both of us. Okay. But either y'all like that quiet racism. What about the law that they just passed these months? Alabama got rid of CBD. Now CBD, every state basically allowing you to smoke marijuana for medical issues. Alabama took away CBD, made everybody close down their stores, and guess what their new law is? If they told them if a child comes to school or around of services so they can take the child from the house. But y'all ain't worried about that law. Y'all ain't worried about that quiet racist. Now they passed the law in Alabama. If you run from the police, that is bump that black people got PTSD. Bump that black people in the blue uniform. Bump all that. Now it's a law that if you run from the police, it's a federal offense.
Wow.
Y'all like that kind of racism. See, that picture don't do nothing. You just know what racists think. We know what they think. They call us monkeys. They do whatever and everything. They do whatever. And you act like now that it's shown in your face that you mad. It was whether it was Trump that reposted it, they were all sitting around laughing about it. His staff members and everybody. Whoever made it was racist. But y'all don't want to know who made it. Y'all just want to be mad.
Yeah.
Y'all want to be mad at anybody because right now, all that built up anger from our ancestors, all that built up anger from all those racist things that's been happening to us, all that built up anger, they want us to direct it to a source, a spot, a target, and not direct it to the whole American government. That's what they don't want. They want you to be mad, but they want you to be mad with who they want you to direct your anger to. Remember how they had the black man against the black woman? They want us to be mad with each other. So now that we are getting unmad with each other, we calling ourselves FBA. We kind of waking up a little bit. So now we got built up anger. They said in studies that PTSD, the oppression we went through, is being passed down through our babies. Our black men and young boys are in the streets pew-pewing, because I guess you can't say the SHOOT word, are pew-pewing each other. We got misdirected anger. Now that we're saying, hey, we need mental health. We need mental health. They know that it's pinned up anger. These people are not stupid. They learn us. These people are doctors, lawyers, psychologists. When they doing these studies and trying to get your vote, they playing with your psychological mind.
Yeah.
This is a psychological tactic. They knew dummy Trump was going to do what he do. Because they got him as the lion. Trump didn't see, even if he's seen the monkeys, he probably ain't put 2 and 2 together. We cannot say that the man is dumb and then turn around and say he's smart. They use Trump.
Exactly.
The real racist who's been in Congress since I was a child and I'm over 50. The real racists have been playing this game for a long time, but they're losing their grip. And they're trying to get you to be distracted from them. Because if you redirect that anger in the right way, we might just come together. And when we come together and demand something from the government, there has to be changes. And the government can't have that because if it's changes, they can't be millionaires. They can't run the prison system. They need more of us in prison. They are suing states if they don't have enough prisoners. Why?
Exactly.
Why can't they sue a state if they don't have enough prisoners? How do you automatically know you should have these many prisoners? Because you have things in place that's going to produce conditions where either you're going to shoot, poo-poo each other, unalive each other, sell drugs, do anything for money. It's all set up. So this picture is nothing. And anybody that gets mad at it shows how little you might be smart and can read everything, but you're not intellectually smart. You're not listening to your ancestors. You're not listening to your spiritual self.
Yep. It's all part of the plan.
My game. I hear you better.
Yeah. I hear you. I hear you too. You better now. Yeah. So can you hear me?
Go ahead. What you got to say about it?
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, people just
say about it.
That's people need to get out their emotions. Like when they say black people are emotionally attached to their imagination. And even I heard some white people say, they're like, yeah, I get y'all vote. How can y'all support a man this vile and wicked? And I said no. I said even if he said that, at least he speak it out. Like I say, Biden have said some stuff, but he had like he changed his tunes as he got older. But remember, Biden was down. He was in 2020. It was 20, right? He said, "You ain't black, you don't vote for me." That was more recent than anything Trump said. So it's like, to me, that's the biggest disrespect. And I don't know why a lot of black people still saying that wasn't that bad. I'm like, you gotta be a fool to believe that a man said you ain't black. So I ain't trying to take that away from Trump. Like I said, I think that was kind of stupid on his part. I think that hurt his base a little bit with black people. But at the end of the day, he's not worried about it. You know why? Because he got 3 years left. After that shit's over, he don't give a damn. He's gonna be on Mar-a-Lago playing golf. Send me some julep. I let my plane. Y'all can hear me, right?
Yes. After 3 years, after the 3 years is up, you know what's gonna happen? They're gonna put another racist face in here. And I want to go back to piggyback what you said with Biden. In 2020 is right here. During the radio station interview with Charlamagne the God, Biden said, well, I tell you what, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
Yep.
Why you ain't white then? Why was black?
Why wasn't Asian?
And then,
why wasn't Mexican?
Exactly. Why wasn't it Hispanic? Because all them other people consider themselves white. They need your black vote. And this is another tactic because they are trying to pull the heartstrings of the black community, because right now it's time for the next Democratic president-elect to start showing their face to see if you're going to vote for them.
Yep.
This man said he do not want his kids going to a racial jungle. He also said other remarks in Congress saying that they had enough black people in power.
Yep.
This man had the thing about it. This picture right here can't do no damage. It cannot hurt you. It cannot send your kids to prison. It's an insult. Let's put up a picture of the little crackers with Trump face on it. There we go. But you know what did hurt us? The 1991 crime bill.
Yep.
I want to play some stuff. What is this? Let me see if this is it. I want to play this. This right here, a Michigan woman. Do y'all remember that? She facing 10 years for allegedly using her food stamps to buy bake sale ingredients for her bake sale. She's going to jail. We just seen the Epstein files get released. Now, besides y'all wanting to make sure that Trump is on there, now you know he's on there. What about all the billionaires that pay this money and torture these children? Y'all not mad about that's racism. They even put in their files that they didn't want the NIGGR with kids. You wasn't even good enough to go to Epstein Island unless he experimented on you.
Damn.
And you talking about a picture? These people get away with the biggest sex trafficking, all types of things, the biggest international trafficking in the world, and y'all worried about a picture. See how quick your imagination left? Like D-May said, they play with black people. We joking like because there's a child in each one of us, but we let the child in us rule more than the adult. Yep. We let the child and the teenager rule. We don't sit like adults. Look at this. I don't deal with it. I don't care about ICE, but this isn't the first time in U.S. history that masked men have terrorized the street. So when they want to use ICE when it's good for them, they can remember that these people terrorized us, and these people that's in these masks. This was not that long ago. This was after slavery. It wasn't slavery. Stop. I want you to use your mind and stop always thinking about slavery. This was a few years ago. So they can admit that these people terrorized us, but you did nothing about it. We're not even on the FBI most wanted list. Black people, remember Biden gave us a name? What they call us, black identity terrorists, or if you identified as black, remember that?
Yeah. Yep, sure do.
I want you to stop being played and start thinking like adults. Stop letting them play on this. Oh, they insulted us. You see, he's racist. He's so racist. So, you know they racist. Congress is racist. Them old racist powder bags been sitting in them seats in Congress for years. When are we gonna change it? When are we gonna demand that there's a seat limit in Congress so we can get fresh people the whites and the blacks who claim that there's no racism? We're in the streets yelling at each other that we love each other, there's no racism, blah, blah, blah. But the skeletons, the people who raise these people, that remember that and terrorized us, they didn't go nowhere. These people were raised, and then some of them are grandparents.
Yep.
And some of them they sitting in Congress. I want to take y'all a trip down memory lane. Let me see if I can.
Hey, when I'll make you famous. Have you ever seen the crowd going?
Because that's what they got y'all doing.
What was that again? What was that again?
That was Beyonce and Jay song. You know Jay-Z song. They can make a song called "Say That They Got Me Going Eight Shit."
Oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Ain't that some shit?
So hold on, I want to play. Hold on.
We like who we like, boy. I tell you.
I want y'all. I'm gonna give y'all. I gotta download this. I'm gonna take y'all a trip. Take y'all a trip down memory lane and let y'all remember this stuff been happening. Racism. You could be racist all you want, and we keep saying racism is power. It's the problem is when it start affecting us and our children.
Facts.
See, when the thing about racism is when it affects you. When it affects how you eat, how you raise your family.
Exactly. I say, Trump is a small pond in a big game. Excuse me, he's just a narcissist. You know what I'm saying? I know we're gonna be on too long too, y'all. I gotta get on some.
Exactly.
But, yeah. He's just playing the game, and remember, y'all, controversy sells, gossip sells. You know what I'm saying? So politicians play the same thing content creators do. You know what I'm saying? We gotta give you some good content so we can, you know what I'm saying, sell this shit to the fools.
He once had a black man, blonde hair and blue eyes. Walk right.
Hold on 1 second. I just want you to. I want to take us a trip down memory lane. What they say. Hold on 1 second. Let me move this.
All political theater, y'all. All political theater.
Yeah.
Politics. I got like 10 minutes, y'all. I gotta get out soon.
Okay, I'm gonna play this. I just want you to see the things that we had to go through, and I want y'all to understand that this is a joke. I need y'all to look at something more serious.
Man with blonde hair and blue eyes walk right into lynch mobs because white supremacists didn't realize that he was black. Yeah, his name was Walter Francis White, and that's how he uncovered the truth that this country tried to hide. And once you hear what he did, you'll understand why his name should be everywhere. Walter was born in Atlanta in 1893. Blonde hair, blue eyes, but both his parents were black. And when he was 13, the Atlanta race massacre exploded across his city. White mobs roaming the streets, people fleeing for their lives, buildings burning.
What happened? It froze. Tina, it froze.
Looks like it.
It froze, yeah.
Watched it
that
all
race
from his
ride.
family's rooftop. And that was the moment he learned exactly what this country was. And he carried that memory with him forever.
I want y'all to listen to what she said. The Atlanta massacres. Do y'all know about that? I want y'all to remember what it really is.
It was a race riot.
Yeah, the race riots, the draft riots. I want y'all to remember that racism was, or that picture is nothing. Trump, most of these white people are racist. And we keep telling you that, but they are sitting in Congress.
He didn't join the NAACP because he wanted a title or attention. He joined because he wanted the truth. Not rumors, not white newspaper lies. The real facts about racial violence. And he realized something. Because of the way he looked, he could get into places that no other black investigator could safely go. Walter walked right in. He traveled to small towns right after the violence happened, when emotions were high and people were still on edge. Pretending to be a white journalist. Sheriffs talked to him. Politicians talked to him. And
it's cutting out.
Mob members bragged to him. Names. Not.
It's in the matrix real bad.
My bad, y'all. It just keep freezing. Basically, the black man went undercover, and he went undercover, and it was police, it was politicians, it was doctors, it was lawyers. Basically, the video, his name was Walter. Walter White. Walter, I think Francis White. Look up his story. Basically, I played this story to let you know how deep racism runs. I see people in the comments about having the pedophile and the criminal as a president is shameful, blah, blah, blah. The U.S. is sick in together. All the presidents were. Do you remember Jackson that had the whole family, the black family on the side of his wall? When has America been shameful and racist? So stop it.
Exactly.
Go ahead and vote Republican. No, I'm talking to my people. To my Trump remove MLK from free national park. Black people don't go to national parks because the police harass us. The way we like to party, we don't do them at national parks. I'm trying to tell my black people, stop it. We're not voting Democrat or Republican. It's time for us to separate ourselves and form our own party or vote independent, period. This next election that's coming up, both sides of this racist bird has showed you they do not care about black people, and it's been going on for decades. Since America has been America. This is going to be America's 250-year anniversary. Stop letting them play you with stupid stuff when we already know America is racist. They want you to channel in on Trump when it's all of them.
Exactly.
All of them.
Thanks.
I was trying to play one more thing before you go, Mind Games, but my thing ain't acting right. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
I'm trying to play this video of the little black girls. Y'all know about Ruby Bridges, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Ruby Bridges was not the first black girl to go to school during that time. Y'all know that, right?
Yes.
It was 3 black girls. It was 3 little black girls that had to go to school first. And the things that they went through. Dang, I thought I sent it. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see if this is it. I don't know what happened to it. I'm gonna see if I can play it for you, and then that'll be no black. Somebody says, so are black people racist? Did black people ever write a crime bill to mass incarcerate white people? Have black people ever lynched white people? Are black people and have black people? Y'all answer my question. What have black people did to affect the whole generation of white people? Have black people ever enslaved white people? Have black people ever stole white people inventions and lied about it? Do black people run police officers and unalive white people and cover
institutions, banking institutions, school?
Yeah,
man, we ain't got no power.
Own banks and stop white people from getting there. Have black people ever sold white people a bunch of seeds that they know didn't grow? Have black people ever went and stole white people land by gun and then let the are black people judges and letting black people get off with doing crimes to black people?
Yeah, they don't understand racism, but man, please, they don't understand racism. I wish we did, like what Dr. Class said. I wish we was. we'd have power. We ain't got
exactly.
Power. It's a handful of black. But you got what? 12 billion black billionaires out of hundreds of million billionaires in the man. Come on.
Thank you.
Yeah, so y'all can miss me with that one. Asians the next supremacy. So they supremacy because they taking over country. We can't even take over a country. So we didn't even have no resources, to be honest with you. So yeah, let's be real. All right, you trying to play it?
But it was about the 3 little girls. It was 3 girls that had to be integrated to school. Then Ruby Bridges, and then after they escorted Ruby Bridges, when the black kids had to go to school, there was no more escorts. And the ladies was talking about how it was when they desegregated the schools and how dangerous it was for them. Okay. So I don't want to look at somebody dumb said, why don't black people follow through? Black people did follow through. We had over hundreds of towns in each state. Then the crackers came with their whips and their guns, and we're the only people in America who the American government used military tactics against and bombed our towns. They flooded some of our towns. Look it up. Yeah. Why don't you educate yourself? They hated the success. I played a video just last week about how after slavery, black people were more wealthy than white people. They didn't like it. The union was built because white people could not work because y'all were so used to us working, and y'all built the union so y'all can get jobs and force black people to train white people how to run their job, how to work the job. And you don't know that. Yep, Trump ain't never created a policy to directly affect black. The things he do might be racist, but it did not affect your life and your generation like the rest of the presidents. We have towns, remember Lake Lanier, and there's over 200 of them. If you educated yourself and stopped being in your white bubble and listening to white lies, you would know all the greatness. We created the planes. The first black woman, the first woman to fly a plane was black, not white. There's a lot of accomplishments, and that's what I'm saying about white supremacy. Y'all have had the power to cover up everything and lie. That's why you're dying off and your numbers are dying, and you're trying every tactic that you can get. When y'all found out y'all were dying a long time ago, then y'all started having your children mixed with black people so you could get the melanin. Because at one point y'all were eating us, just like they said y'all were doing on Epstein Island. That's a tactic that y'all been doing. The Delectable Negro, remember that book? These people, I'm talking to my black people. When are y'all going to get tired of these people? When are we going to do something for us again? We did it before. They burned down our town simultaneously. They used the military to destroy us. Then they turned around and had us join the military. They've been playing us, the North against the South, and we fought in every war. That's why you got some black people that honor the North and some black people that honor the South, all because our blood was shed. We made Memorial Day because after we fought the wars for this racist country, when our men came home, the white mobs were sitting out there pulling them off the bus and lynching them, and the American government did nothing. You crying about a picture? America owes us a lot as black people, no matter what these people say. They don't want to give up the wealth that was made off of our backs. That picture is not going to give us wealth. The only thing that's going to give us wealth is when we stick together and stop being a pawn for the Democrats and the Republicans. And then we're going to talk about the Democrats. We were Republicans first because the U.S. system was built on black Republicans. There was a whole government set in place, a president, a treasury system, and everything before we became the United States of America. We have to learn real history. They shut our history out so you won't know we made this government. They took what we made and then turned it into the United States. That's why you got America and the United States of America. How we got two names? How come we got two names? Why did Martin Luther King say there's two Americas? They have been doing this for a long time, and they don't want to teach you the history. We were the Republicans. Then when the KKK couldn't do what they want to do in mass no more, they made the Dixiecrats. Then they came in from the Dixiecrats and made you a Democrat. And somehow, I don't know what happened. They tricked us to flip because they invaded both parties. They invaded the Republicans and then they made the Democrats. And they're both the same families. They're the same people behind closed doors. All of them are the same people who were on Epstein Island. There was Democrats and Republicans. They all like the same thing. They've been holding these seats for years, since we were little babies. We need to know history and know how to get out of it. Voting Democrat or Republican is not going to help us because now one of them, every time they get a candidate, they make sure they say they're not doing nothing for us. But we see immigrants and everybody get everything they want. This is why we say FBA, the lineage is delineating ourselves, because the immigrants that come over here, they argue with us that we ain't that we are not the original Indians. They don't want to give us the history that we belong to. They don't want to help us. They want to enjoy the fruits of our labor and then say that they helped build it. We built the infrastructure. Our grandparents died and was beat and was we the only group of black people in the world that have fought against white supremacy and got something out of it. We got the freedom that everybody comes here because nobody is safe in their own country. Black people are not even safe in Africa because Africans are not even safe with Africans. Africa is selling their own people off to the Chinese and the French. We the only group of people here that have been fighting. And I'm going to tell my people, it's time to fight one more time together. All this separating, all this Christianity, all this and everything need to be, you could be Christian, but you need to be a smart Christian.
Yeah, because a lot of people, they will try.
You to pray and let you dumb. Oh, I didn't know you were still there, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that real quick. I'm about to get off, but yeah, even people that come at me yesterday, just anything dealing with Trump now. Not this thing right here, but it was something else. I forgot, but ICE and stuff. And they like, black people don't get it. They're gonna get rid of us. I said, stop the scared tactics, man. They were telling me that you can unfollow me. I say, so you want to unfollow me to unfollow you because I don't go along with your political views. That's crazy. I say, y'all let social media and the internet whoop y'all minds. Like, this is not real. Y'all do that, right? Like, shit ain't real. Like, half of these people be talking about they don't like Trump. I know plenty of successful business black men and women who low key voted for him for tax breaks. So they need to stop that. People who well off is voting for him. They voting for conservative Republicans. So black people need to stop that because a lot of them are getting called out for that. Being these little private parties. I just be saying that on social media, but I really voted for the conservatives to get the tax break. So stop that, y'all. I'll land my plane.
Yep. Democrats offered welfare to the U.S. Correct. Because we were feeding ourselves. Remember the Black Panthers? We built towns. We had buses. We had the bus system. Then y'all turned around and took it from us. Every invention that America used was off the backs of black people. Then y'all take it because you have the money. Then you give yourself loan. Redlining was a made-up term for the FBA, Foundational Black Americans, so that we could not have housing. When we were successful and we had housing, you made a red line, and that way the houses in the black neighborhood would be devalued. And then you force white people who say they wasn't racist. So y'all force your own people to be racist. You forced them out and say if they stay there, their houses was going to go down in value, and they had to move in order to have value. You purposely created the ghettos after you burned over 200 towns. We wouldn't need to go nowhere near y'all. We had everything. Look at not just Black Wall Street. Look at the stuff that was in Black Wall Street, from shoemakers, movie theaters, restaurants, everything. Even the people who got their head beat in at the restaurant, airports. Even the people who remember the black dude they went in that restaurant and they got spit on and beat, and they said they did all that and the food was nasty. Y'all stole our recipes. We were tricked to integrate with you. If we would have not integrated, we would have been just fine. Y'all wanted us to integrate, to take everything from us. So you burned down our towns, you flooded our towns, or you just destroyed our towns. And now we're left in the middle. And then you like, well, the Democrats was like, well, we'll give you welfare. We'll give you this. That's why we are owed reparations, not just from slavery. We can trace our families back to these towns. Then y'all erase the records. These people have done heinous things to us, and we're arguing with immigrants about who we are. Foundational Black Americans, Moors, whatever black that you want to call yourself. Don't call yourself African American, because Elon Musk is an African American. If you come from a different and you come over here, you're African American, like Asian American. It don't matter what your skin color is. They owe us reparations from 2 different generations, from slavery and after the Reconstruction period. Remember, during the Reconstruction period, they teach you about the Great Depression, but we had our own and we were reconstructed during the same time. They make sure our history is not lined up. They have infiltrated, they have their own studies. Ask AI. The KKK, white supremacists, been infiltrated the government and the FBI. So that's why nothing is never done when police kill us. But now 2 white people died who were harassing the ICE agent, ICE customs, and the ICE agents. Now that they died, now all of a sudden they can press charges on them, and now we all should cry. And every time you turn around, GoFundMe done made some white person rich, whether they the police or the victim. When the police and the victim are white, they all get GoFundMes. Prove me wrong.
Facts. I'm still here for a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to tell you real quick. In other towns like West Broad Street and Flawed Town in Savannah, Georgia, they were thriving black towns. There's a lot of black towns. I know we keep talking about Black Wall Street. I try to get away from that and just talk about the other ones we don't know about, because there's a lot of black towns, over 200 some towns. Like you said, black people just gotta stop. Some of us, man, I ain't gonna say that, but say playing the victim. But some of us seem like we just look for something. Like I say, happy y'all. Like I said,
we want to redirect that anger. Instead of directing that anger where it belongs, they give us targets to direct it. Right now, Trump is the target. I'm not saying he's racist, but Trump don't need to take all this smoke by himself.
I'm gonna say this real quick before I get out here. I don't know if y'all see, I know some of the ICE agents black too, so it's a Mexican ICE agents. The thing is, it was a black. It was a black.
Yeah, it was some ICE agents, and the people were calling them the ignorant.
Yeah, house ninjas. Yeah, it was a black. ICE agent, and white people were calling him a house ninja. I'm like, wow. I'm like, y'all just saying that real comfortable, like y'all be saying this every day. So we don't want to hear that shit. It's black folks still going.
Let me correct this. Here go AI. Hold on. Dang it. Okay. Please Google AI. AI said there were over 1,000 to 1,200 black towns in the U.S. We saying 200. AI said it was over 1,000.
Yeah.
Places were generating wealth. We had 20 million acres and we have nothing. We were the farmers. We were everything. So anytime y'all white people have something to say to us, kiss our black ASSs, because we built the wealth that you want to hold on to. This is why you don't want us to speak. America belongs to FBA, Foundational Black Americans. Y'all are the racists. And it makes no sense. Go ahead.
You know what's crazy? Okay, I was saying.
Just to ask the question, of all these non-black folk who want us to back ICE and ride for non-black immigrants and all this stuff, did your ancestors have that same energy when they were destroying Black Wall Street? Did you have that same energy outside of the George Floyd riot? Did it take George Floyd for you to see that something right?
Facts.
I mean, is your first time wanting to see justice for somebody black, did it happen during the paid for and hyped up George Floyd situation? Because that's a conversation that got to be had, because everybody always wants us to sacrifice ourselves for all these other groups, and then turn around and get mad at us when you want to sacrifice for us. I mean, am I wrong here? I mean, am I getting this right? Because I know, especially in liberal circles, liberal leftist Democrat circles, the second you say anything pro-black or about doing for black first, they quick to call you a racist, call you the N-word, all kinds of stuff. You see the real racism come out when you start saying you're pro-black. And it ain't too much different on the right side, on the right plantation either. I mean, am I just weird, or am I the only one that sees this?
Facts.
No, we the only one that went through Jim Crow. Nobody was there. Nobody. That's why I say most of these white people, you see them. All you gotta do is say one thing positive about black people or say something racist. Now they're talking about Nike is being sued because Nike is being discriminating against white people. These people don't want to talk about nothing that we've been through. They want to always
notice how this lines up with something that we brought up. Notice how this lines up with something we brought up on this program before, which is the younger white T generation has gone in and changed the definition of racism because they know that the original definition of racism doesn't fit anything when you refer to us, because by the original definition of racism, we don't possess the power to be racist, and they know it. That's why they changed the definition of racism.
Yep. And everything white people they got it. They get it from a book. They have no inner soul. The most of these people care about is a cat and a dog.
And that, and I kid you not, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know about in other states or areas, but here in California, you literally see all other groups of people walk over a black man's body on the sidewalk to take a dog into a pet restaurant or a pet hotel. Literally.
Or let you do something to a pet online, or do something. Just like now, the video of ICE going around about him kicking a dog is all on Fox News. But when it's a black body laying in the street, it's like, well, what did you do to get there? It could be a black child. We still ain't got justice for Tamar Rice. We don't know that police officer's name unless we look it up, and we don't know where he's at, but he's not in jail. And y'all talking about a picture. They all racist.
With the ice cubes, now with the ice cube situation, now where were all these people that call themselves our allies, our friends, the people that want us to go to bat for them right now in the middle of the black delineation movement, and us caring about us finally for once and seeing what's going on here, how we're being scammed, how we always got to be the sacrificial lamb for everybody else's agendas. Now, where were you at when Kamala Harris was in there pulling the ice cube, pulling the ice on black mothers, taking children hand over fist? Where were you when black men were called predators and being hauled off? And I mean, not to say that some of you didn't go along with it, but yeah, super predators, not just predators. Now, where were you when we were getting given all these football numbers and all this stuff? Where were you at when, even though we don't fly the planes or have anything with manufacturing the cocaine, where were you when the war on drugs hit our neighborhoods like a freight train? Because I'm not seeing that same energy. We keep on being asked to go out and sacrifice ourselves, but historically, we know we haven't seen that same energy, and we're supposed to just play dumb. See, the problem is these other groups are used to the black civil rights generation, those who are willing to be a good old Democrat and take any old thing just to be a good old Democrat. They're not used to us being like this.
Exactly. This is why they unalive Martin Luther King when he spoke with Malcolm X, because it was going to be a force to be reckoned with, as they say. One of the twin powers was going to activate, and they couldn't have that.
Remember that interview when King went to the back rooms, and I think that was the one where Muhammad Ali was there, and the white man was like, "What were y'all talking about?" And he said, "That's none of y'all business."
Exactly.
You don't even know what we're talking about back there. And that's what these people demand. All these other non-black groups demand that they have a seat at our planning table, and that they demand that we check everything with them before we do anything. And it's like I said, it's culture talk. They're not used to us saying, pardon the French, but F you, we taking care of us. It's be one or none. There's a lot of people offended by that.
They're going in saying, y'all are separating. We're black too. No, you're African, you're Jamaican, you're Haitian. And then when you get to Africa, there's 54 countries. So why you don't link with Dubai? And how come Ethiopia is starving? How come Ethiopia and other countries are basically starving? How come you got all those people, those black people that they don't show you, that's between the Gaza Strip over there near the Palestinians? They're going through the Israel and the Israelite or whatever. Israel and the Palestinians are fighting, but they still are racist towards black people, and it's still happening in Africa. Why y'all?
And even with the African situation, it's the same thing going over there on a larger scale, because when you talk about an African country, you're talking about a bunch of tribes forced under a flag of a country, and that doesn't mean they necessarily got along before they were forced to be under the flag of the country. So if you in Ethiopia, as long as your tribe is good, you're not going to necessarily care about the other tribe across town or across the street because they're not your tribe. And so tribalism has been practiced on that continent for forever. And you turn around and some of the same people want to please the colonizer, just like the coons here want to please Massa here. And these are the people that you see all in the videos, dancing all in the
classrooms.
These are the people they push to the forefront. Yeah, these are the people they push to the forefront. If you know NSM 46, which was used against all the black power groups here in America and the ones on the continent,
and
one, they didn't want
what NSM 46 is. of
National
military
Security
tactics.
Memorandum 46, because the United States government recognized that they could not have black revolutionaries in America working together, and they could not have black revolutionaries in Africa working together in Africa, nor could they have the American black revolutionary and the African black revolutionary working together. Then, if you read NSM 46, they said they absolutely could not allow that to take place. So if you
And
know
this is
that,
why you are separated. This is why
exactly.
it's the games.
Exactly. So when you see people like Bunchy Carter being assassinated on the UCLA campus, that's because the US organization was carrying out NSM 46. When you see today, when you see Ibrahim Traore, if he were to even try to reach out to any black revolutionary here, he's already had 20 assassination attempts by who? They're led by the former Coon, who was the president of that country, who's backed by France. And they do not
And he
want
was a black man. That's why I keep
a
telling
black
Africa,
man.
y'all against yourself. This man trying to
Yes,
help you. Y'all
because
against
they will not let you lead an African country unless you are a certified coon under their thumb.
Oh shoot, Pablo dropped out. But yes, these are tactics that have been used on us, and we need to understand it. It's okay to say we've been. That's why Malcolm X is famous for saying you've been flim flam, bamboozled, run them up, lied to. And when you're going to realize that, like I said, I want everybody to go to your magic phones and go to Chat GPT and type in how many black towns were there. It's going to say between 1,000. Some people say 200 because racists had the power. They used the government, they used the police, they used the judges, they used all themselves, and they destroyed our information. And we're crying that they're taking down our museums and they're taking stuff. Good, give it to us. Let's get together all this money that we're donating to the Democrats. Let's buy land and build our own museum so that we can control it. Long as we keep putting the control in these racist people's hand, what you think they're gonna do? Bump their national park. If we stop buying all these high tickets and all these designer clothes from these foreign people and start focusing on ourselves, we can buy our own parks and we can say FBA only. You do know that because it's your money. You don't understand how much power you have in your money. We don't need to be going to work so that we can look better than the next black person. We need to enjoy our life, yes, but also invest in us. They keep telling you invest in the future, and there's so many black people that done lost their 401k because these companies are going bankrupt or finding ways to absorb your money. There are black people losing their houses because HOAs, because they have the right to collect something, create something. They created homeowner associations. Google it, look it up, and look at people who are losing their houses for $1,000 because they're not people, and they're taking these black people houses that they have worked for. This one black woman said she didn't know she bought her house. They came around her, created a HOA. She knew nothing about it. They charged her $1,400 fee. She knew nothing about. Her house was worth 400 some thousand. Behind her back, they sold her house for 200 some thousand, and she's fighting right now because she knew nothing about this until the person came and asked her when was she moving out her house.
Hey, you know what's the worst part? You know the worst part? If you apply NSM 46, and this is from personal experience, by the way. Here in Africatown, everybody knows in Africatown, LA, we've been fighting to change the name from Lamert Park to Africatown, or at least something somewhat black. And guess who the number one group is that stands up against us and fight that name change?
The Democrats.
So, black Democrats, the Boule black Democrats. They want to have Massa's name on the moniker of Africatown. And this is a micro example of NSM 46. So this thing is going on. I mean, ask a black British revolutionary; they'll tell you the same thing is going on there, and that's because we're dealing with a global white supremacist structure, and they are not going to let the boot up off our necks. And that's why it's getting to the point of this. Black immigrants, this is to you. If you are not under the impression that all melanated people who are on code across the globe need to stick together, then we just got to call you a coon. And there's no, I mean, because a black revolutionary A true black revolutionary, no matter where they are on this planet, has zero problems with the black delineation movement taking place right now, because they know in order for you to have a power structure, you have to have the ability to identify as your own tribe and the ability to self-govern. So anybody who is a black revolutionary, and notice the people that they push to the forefront, again, the people that are brought over here to the colleges and things like that, because you, like Ibrahim Troy, you've heard him say, they sent people over here to the colleges and things like that, and they want them to come back and this and that. But any immigrant that's honest will tell you, hey, when we get over here, yeah, we're told to stay far away from black Americans. We're told that they're the devil. We're told they're evil.
Exactly.
They're thugs. And that's
They
not
said
an accident.
They told that they showed pictures of us and we're thugs. Yeah. And I told them we don't do that, because in our history books we were taught we were African. So we were brainwashed to think y'all were our people. Not saying you're not, but we weren't. When we go to their countries, we bring money. We try to
it's nothing like, let me, and it's a tribal thing. So it's like, if it's nothing wrong with tribes connecting together, because guess what, black people across the globe all try, not saying that we were all kumbaya and this and that, but we had tribal exchanges and whatnot before before Mighty Whitey got involved and carved everything up. We had commerce together.
They played the tribes against each other and gave us weapons of mass destruction that we didn't have.
And apply, and like I said, apply NSM 46. Now, you can take a random African country, and if you look at the structure of the way this is done, you could take a random black community in America. I'll ask it this way first: if you take a bunch of rival tribes, they don't even gotta be rivals, but if you take a bunch of different tribes after the white man has carved up this continent and forced these rival tribes under a country, you already putting them into an unstable situation where they're not going to necessarily be able to build power for themselves. And on top of it, you get a black puppet that's basically a white supremacist in black skin, and you make them the president. Then they're going to do everything the imperial powers want them to do. So when you on the ground, it's either you got a coon to eat, or you're going to be a revolutionary and fight against the system. So you break that further down, they do the same thing with black communities. That's what redlining was. You think about Black Wall Street. Black Wall Street did try to defend themselves, but then you ask yourself, hey, what about the other black towns that were near there? Why didn't they work together? It's the same blueprint. If you stop, see, they count on black people being so emotional that we don't think.
Wall Street, they use the farmers, use sharecroppers, and then they brought in the National Guard and they use the military to fight them.
Yeah, they're using military force on actual citizens, and this is being done. It's called different things. It's done in Britain, it's done here, and it's done in the African continent. They just have different names for it, but they're so used to us being so emotional that our critical thinking shuts down, and we don't think and strategize because we are reactionary. You got to think, white supremacy maps their strategies out decades in advance. So by the time we catch on to what they're doing, this plan is 10, 20 years already in effect and being implemented, and we're reacting at the late end of it, and that's why they stay 10 steps ahead of us all the time. So it's like, if you if you a black American and you ask yourself, if you spend all day online going in on other black tribes online, they're doing this, they're doing that, they're doing this, but you don't have that same energy for the Asian man that's owning all the beauty supplies in your neighborhood, the small cap that's buying up all the properties in your neighborhood, the Arab who owns all the gas stations in your neighborhood, the small hat who owns all the payday loan and rent to own places that are soaking. Because you got to remember, the black dollar circulated out now in 2 hours. Years ago, it was 4 to 6 hours. Now it's literally 2 hours that the black dollar circulated out of our community.
Now the new statistic that
30 minutes now.
Because by the time we pay all our bills, and let's not talk about the hotels when we go out of town.
Oh yeah,
we got the gas, the hotels, the cars, the grocery stores, the hair shops, all of that is not ours. And nothing but the spenders. Our money does not bounce in our communities.
And watch this, how NSM 46 works. So somewhere along the line, somebody has incited black American emotion for us to get online, and black African emotions for us to get online, so-called going in on each other all day. Some of us are spending 10 hours online going in on other black people, but you will get offline and go walk right into that Asian nail salon or beauty supply and give your money away 30 minutes after you get paid. That's a big problem. And we looked at and I'm telling you the numbers. These are the numbers. Black business makes up 3% of American business, and of that, black immigrants make up 1%. Now, you do the number on the Asians and everybody else.
Yep. And what we're just telling y'all is that we have to rethink our strategy. And when we're looking for reparations, we don't need to look at reparations as just money. See, when the immigrants come in, I hear a lot of them say, oh, what are we getting? What are we getting? And all this stuff. You're getting the opportunity to get loans. You coming over here, no matter what your background is in your country, and you're able to get loans. They're getting these loans to get these businesses, and they get it up and running, and then they're paying back them loans, and they're buying more. They're buying up the block. They're buying houses. And then that Somalia crisis that's going on, they found out that's not just the Somalians. They're attached to Al Qaeda, and they're attached to the biggest mafia, drug lord, and human trafficking ring. Y'all think small. You're thinking small when you need to be thinking big, bitch. Excuse me. Are you there, Pablo? I think Pablo dropped out. I'm gonna give him a few minutes to come back in. But I want y'all to see.
Crazy. I didn't know about some new Somalia stuff. Wow.
Yes, the ICE that you hear all that. The reason why they're going crazy in the white people, because they're tied. They went into one wall in Minneapolis, and they found over in two walls in two places. They found over $25 million in one place, and I think 18 million in another place. Cash.
What?
Yeah.
Those people were watching Ozark. They were watching Ozark.
This just came out, and then soon as this come out, all of a sudden we see the picture of the monkey of Obama and his wife. They're trying to tell you they don't want you. They want you to be mad. Oh, these are some good old people trying to be here. I'm not saying that there's not some good immigrants.
They're not.
The majority of the immigrants came here because we have the best monetary system, and they here to get the money to fund their other countries because their money is not as worth as much as the US dollar. That's the only reason everybody is coming. And then the only reason the US has the dollar is because of the foundational Black American labor. When the immigrants came in, I'm not saying immigrants did not come in and help build anything, but that was after we laid the foundation. Hence, foundational Black Americans. We didn't get paid for slavery, and we didn't get paid after we invented inventions and they tore up everything and left. I was looking for my other video, and my other video was showing how these Black people invented different stuff, and after they invented it, because white people were felt threat, they took the inventions and lynched them and unalived them.
Oh gosh, I don't want to hear that.
That's what happened to a lot of inventions, and because that they had slavery, a lot of stuff that we invented to work. Because why was white people saying, "Oh, I'm gonna invent this to make it easy," when all they do is sit on their ass if they was a slave master? We were inventing things to make life easy. And they came in and said, well, you my slave, so I own the invention. Just like we learned about Jack Daniels. That's the only thing y'all know about Jack Daniels, but that still don't stop Black people from buying it, even though they know it's a stolen invention. Why we ain't boycotted that Jack Daniels? When we talk about reparations, why is that not given back to the Black community? Then you have white people saying, well, I never had a slave. How are we going to do it? We don't need you to give money. We need you to give back businesses. Jack Daniels can be sold, and Jack Daniels could be made. That could be jobs for people, and then that money that's made through Jack Daniels can be in a fund that leads back to the reparations fund. All these inventions from the air conditioning stuff, part of these companies that are making air conditioning companies and stuff that they know we invented. The toilet was invented by a Black man here in America. Every toilet company, if you're doing it, percentage of that goes back into the reparations fund. Black people who you know have been here since Jim Crow, and you know we've been here because our birth certificates can prove it.
Yeah.
And somebody said Dr. Charles Drew produced blood plasma, but remember Henrietta Lacks? Henrietta Lacks, our Black cells went through. Yeah, all the chicken places, KFC, Popeyes, those were Black recipes.
Yeah.
Remember Paula Dean? She went famous, and all of a sudden she disappeared. And come to find out, the black woman was feeding her the recipes, because that's what a lot of us had to do. We would do stuff and have to put a black face and in front of it so that it can get famous. And she didn't give that black woman her due, her due. And then Paula Dean got caught saying the N-word and calling us what she wanted to call us.
Mm-hmm.
There's ways to give us reparations through work and through jobs with inventions. There should be a black potato chip company that's owned by the FBAs in America. When the potato chips was invented by a black man, when he had a restaurant and everybody was waiting on food, and he decided they'll give them an hors d'oeuvre and gave them, he sliced up potatoes and fried them and created chips so that they could eat on while they're waiting. We created the appetizer.
Right. That sounds about right.
There's a way to do it if you want to find a way. But these white people, the reason why they can help each other with these GoFundMes, because you have the wealth that was stolen from our kids, our generations. That's my grandparents and grandparents. And it wasn't that long ago. I always want y'all to remember, America is only 250 years old. My grandmother would have been close to 100. My great grandmother would have been close to that. Some black people that's dying is the oldest black person I think was almost 120 years old.
Something like that. Yeah.
It wasn't that long ago. This integrated in the school with Ruby Bridges and the other 3 black girls. Look it up. That was in 1960. That was 14 years before we were born. Our kids, once we got integrated, they started programming our kids with the wrong. They started treating our kids messy in school. Remember, we had our own schools, but y'all burned down our towns and our schools. We didn't come bother y'all. We did not bother y'all.
But I wanted to point out that Master P does have some chips, and there are some black chip companies. I used to get chips.
They are now, but you got to go dig deep behind it. Do you really own it and manufacture it? Because we don't have no black manufacturers. My problem is that we need an FBA chip company. Everything we do from here now needs to be a collective. This is why we're delineating, because we hate immigrants, because we have to focus on ourselves and get something out this pot that we've been cooking for everybody else. Everybody eating out the pot, and we've been like, okay, y'all, I guess we'll have at it. And we're not getting nothing. We need a part of businesses, FBA businesses that contribute to our generations. If we had an FBA potato chip brand, and I said it first, then that money can go towards the FBA fund. If we had tax breaks that can go between the fund. They give the immigrants. It's not unprecedented. It's not it's not just abnormal. The immigrants come over here and they got 5 to 7 years tax free. When they get these loans, they are not taxed like us. So why we can't? Because it's always jealousy and arguing with white people. Oh, well, I didn't know it was slave. That is the normal excuse. We didn't fucking say you did.
Anything to hold us down. But the bad thing is, we don't get held down for long, and when we blow up, you get mad. How are you going to get mad after you try to hold me down and I find a way to big myself up? How are you going to get mad?
Exactly. Give us our own police departments with people who look like us. They mad because the police in Minnesota and in Minneapolis, Minneapolis, they basically are helping the Somalians. All of them have gotten rich. They see what they do. One thing they Bible says is a man would judge another man off of what he himself would do. They keep making laws and rules because they're doing it, but we're the only ones getting punished. They don't want us to have an all-black police thing because they think we're going to be doing something to corrupt because they corrupt. The police are the most corrupt gang walking this earth, and there's no checks and balances. Look at our black people in prison. Look at the Alabama prison story that went out. These people, don't matter what crime they did. Y'all think, oh, they go to prison, they get rehab. No, it don't matter what crime they did. They throw them all in one unit together, and then people who should be coming home are being unalived by people who are in there for life. It goes on and on. I'm just giving y'all something else to think about besides a picture of Obama looking like a monkey, because they want you to get so offended, because it was a time when we would cheer black people on because they represented us. But that time, that ship has sailed, because too many black people are getting in positions and they forgetting about their home. And we'll talk about it later, because they forget where they come from. You don't represent me, Obama, because you did nothing for my people. You did stuff for LBGT community.
Everybody else but us. Because he knew that he was not our people when he went in.
Yep.
We tried
He
to
was
force
raised
it.
by a white woman, and his daddy was Kenyan, and he wasn't even with his father.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
We forced the issue. So we have learned, because we're not doing that again.
Yep. We're going to get on out of here because my battery is dying, but we're going to talk more. And I just need y'all. I just need y'all to think about how we can resolve ourselves. And if you FBA more Black American, we need to stick together and come up with a plan so that we can see something for us. And I land my plane. Peace.
All right. Peace, people.